Live on YouTube. Cool. Everyone, welcome to our video review series. We thought we would try to do one live on YouTube. Hopefully we're live right now.
Can you make the screen bigger?
What happened? It just went back to us, huh? Share screen. Yeah. I'm clicking buttons here. Yep.
Can you go full screen on that, or are you going to go full screen on that? Or is everyone seeing what I'm seeing right now? Because it's kind of lame right now. It's like this little square in there. Oh, there we go. That's better. But it's still not full screen. How do you make it so we're just little pictures up in the corner? You have to do that afterwards.
I have no idea. I have no idea. We'll
Right
have to
now
watch
we're
this
above
later.
it. We're not on top of the picture. Good. You're looking backwards. So Zach, let's start off just talking about your oars before we do anything else. You're running one spinning, one. Oh, man, Zach, killing me.
Wait, sorry, Aaron, I'm back. I was having to fix some technical stuff going on. Yeah. Do you see full screen now?
No, we're still above it.
How about now? Do you see me rowing right now?
Totally. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's just go with that because I get.
Okay. Before you start going downstream, let's talk right now about your leashes. Now that leash, Zach, looks like an awfully long piece of webbing.
It's a 6 foot. Oh, geez, you're gonna go to critiquing me right away, huh? So,
well, yeah, I mean,
all right.
Well, let's just talk safety, man. That's yeah.
Okay, so all right, okay, cool. Let me get the background first, then we'll talk about the leash. Right now we're on the Wind River in Washington, and we're reviewing me rowing on the Wind River, and I'm on an 11-foot wing cat. That's the background. So on the left, I have a 6 foot cam strap, which is my oar leash. I didn't have an oar leash to put in, so I cam strapped the strap is cammed to just the frame, and I tied a bowline next to the oar.
Quick release bowline or regular bowline?
A regular bowline. It's not a slip bowline, just a regular bowline. And I think what you're seeing though, Aaron, is just another strap I have tied on as an accessory strap.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to say, first of all, I'm just going to talk about leashes.
Okay.
I have seen leashes get wrapped around stuff before. I don't know. Have you seen that? And I like having really thin leashes that can break easily, or at least quick release on the end. So on each end, it's a quick release knot, so that if it gets wrapped around something, you can untie one end really easily. If for some reason it gets wrapped around something, you can get rid of it quickly. They make me a little nervous, and I understand some people don't like running leashes on their oars, and I understand why they don't. But if you're going to have them quick release and have them small in diameter so that they can break away if necessary.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. I think that people just, like, for me, I just want to tie my oar to my boat. Yeah. Like, I don't overthink it, but I'm with you. That makes sense. I probably should have had it shorter. I don't usually run oar locks or spinnies. And so I was running spinnies. I forgot to have any kind of oar leash. This is just at the put in. I'm like, oh, I'll just like make an oar leash with a cam strap that I have handy.
Sure. You know, and Zach, not like a hard, that's just like one of the things that I see a lot of people run like really thick straps on them, and like, so now that being said, I really like the way you're running your spare oar. I like how you run it next to yourself. Do you like that spot?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people put it on the outside, and on the cat, I think the inside spot where you have it is great because it's way easier to access, because getting up over the side of a cat to undo it is really challenging. And right there, quick access, you know.
Yeah, so grab it. Yep.
And so particularly when you're running locks, you're right there. You just pick it up and you can just slide it down into the spot. You don't even have to move out of your seats.
Yep. You're right. And your attention to detail so quickly is amazing. So I did put the oar on the inside. The reason I don't normally run it like that, because it is a little bit of a trap. There's some spaces in between the oar and my frame that I could get a hand caught. I don't like it there always, but as you're gonna see, this is super low water. And if it was on the outside of my boat, I'd be bashing it into rocks all day long. So I wanted it inside just because of technicality. It is not ready for quick release. If you look really carefully, my safety kit, lower right, is tied over the spare oar. So if I had to get my spare oar off right now, I'd have to untie my safety kit. But that was the best way to tie my safety kit in solid. For me,
because you had to use that extra cam strap for your leash. If you had that other strap for your leash, then you could have tied those in separately.
I had to use the extra cam strap to to set the GoPro mount. If you saw the GoPro mount, it took like 5 cam straps to make that happen. And I was running out of cam straps.
Okay.
But for me on this river, I feel like if I break an oar, it's so technical and shallow, I'm just going to get stuck and fix it. Right. I'm not, this isn't going to be one of those, like, let's pull it out and say the Dave Babikoff style. This is literally like, it's the same. This is the same rapid we watched where we did Greg Babikoff's review, and he broke the oar here and replaced it. If I broke an oar here, I would get stuck on the rocks he floated over the top of. Same rapid, way lower. You ready to move on?
Let's see.
Play. All right. So here we're heading into initiation.
Nice and slow. You're taking your time. A lot of upstream ferry here. Okay, yeah, and then pivot and go down the drop. Yeah. Oh, nice early shift through your oar. That looks smooth.
I lost an oar. It's minus a point for me.
What? Oh, yeah. I mean, so what do you wish you'd done differently there?
I don't know. Better. What do you think I should have done differently?
Okay. Okay, are we watching the same time on it? Did you just let go of the oar with your left hand just a second ago?
Yes.
Okay, so we're talking up above about the one before. I don't know. I mean, do you ship both oars early and just ride it out and just be like, okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna get a little stuck on a rock?
Let me go back. I think there's a little bit of a delay between you and I sometimes in the video, but if I go back, so I hate letting go of an oar. I want a perfect run. So the fact that I let go of an oar, to me, it bums me out. Like I did fine, but I don't like letting go of an oar. I thought about this. So right here, do you see me? I'm shipping to my left oar going by the rock.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's a nice shift. Yeah, real nice high shift. And then
I need the use of my right oar to like position myself right now. So I'm using it. I'm still using it. I didn't have time. I wish I was shipped at this point, but I didn't really have time to get a ship in. So I go down and I lose it against that rock. It's just happened so fast.
Would you have been better off switching and shipping your right oar and using your left maybe there? I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it looks kind of shallow and junky over there too. But that's going to happen. Like, as we said, like we always are talking about ideal versus, actual, and it doesn't always happen just like that. Okay, so Zach,
hold on. I know I could have done that better. Afterwards, I'm like, oh, I lost an oar, and there's video proof of it. And Aaron's gonna say, you missed a point. My goal when running the wind is 100% perfection. So I just got knocked down a bit in my own mind. While I'm literally sitting here thinking about, like, man, that wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
That's what happens. All right. So you gave them the okay, and you're going down. Zach, is there anyone behind you right now?
Nobody's behind me or in front of me right now.
So why are you running this while they're all on shore? I didn't understand that.
Yep, that's a good question, because I harp on people on that all the time. So
this is kind of fun. I'm sure if we video me, I'd be doing the same things. You'd be like, why are you doing this? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm not supposed to do that. So sorry, go ahead.
In this example, like, I'm pretty confident. I'm comfortable, like very confident on this run. I've run it 100 times. I know that I've run this flow like 20 times. And so when I was up top getting my GoPro ready, I told them to go run the first drop, pull over and let them scout, so they knew where to go. So they barely know the run. So I was like, hey guys, I'm not gonna scout. Go ahead, you guys should scout. And then at this point, I'm just gonna run knowing I don't have safety. I'm super aware if I swim, I'm on my own. But I'm like hyper confident in my abilities here. So I'm taking on that risk.
You understand that you're taking on additional risk.
Yes, absolutely. If I swim, and if this was higher water, no way.
Does Heather know that you're taking on this additional risk like this? Do you let her know?
We didn't debrief this. No, no, we did not. But I also know at low water, with my comfort level in swimming, I could swim to shore in the places that could cause problems for me.
And they were down halfway down the refuge. That was a nice line through that first drop. I really like that spin move down through there. That was really nice.
I started to talk about that. Sorry, I'm gonna go back a little bit. Classic airplane turn, right? Just pulling back and then getting a spin through the chute.
Yeah, it's nice. You shipped your oar well. The left oar come around. That was beautiful. And I think that's a good one people understand is like you pull upstream, you cut that momentum, you've got that right to left momentum going, and then it kind of throws you through the chute.
And you built angular momentum. It's a little bit, it grows and just spins you through. I mean, it's like that's an airplane turn right there, classic airplane turn.
Nice. All right.
So they're asking me where to go in the wrap, and I'm saying exit right. And I kind of wish they were in their boats at this point, because I wish, but I honestly I'm not going to sit in this eddy. And they wanted to watch my line too. Do I want to sit in this eddy for 10 minutes while they go up, get in their boats? I probably should have waited for them, but I'm like I'm gonna show them the line again, understanding the risk of I'm basically solo boating. If I swim here, I'm super
Zach, do you ever do
exposed.
this run by yourself?
No, I don't solo boat. Like it's just not a thing that I do.
I like how you're just slowing down, taking your time. I'm with the cat. You can just stop your momentum just about anywhere.
Yeah, that 11-foot cat's
Your
amazing.
the oar setup looks interesting. Like when you're pulling, it looks really wide. Is that with your
So
left oar? Yeah.
they're 9-foot oars. They're both 9-foot oars. The way I set it up, because it's really interesting, because what you can see, one's a pin and clip, one's an oar lock.
Yeah.
This is me trying, like reminding myself the differences. The pin and clip is right in position.
Yeah.
The oar lock, I actually put out a little bit so I could pull it into match. So
Okay.
you know how people run against a stopper?
Yeah.
Well, if I'm gonna go spinny, I'm gonna go full spinny, which is like room for the stopper.
Yeah.
So unfortunately though, I had to run against the stopper a lot because it's so technical. I didn't have time to pull it into perfection. And they actually slightly overlap if you run them the way they were supposed to be run. And I want to go back to just one tiny thing here. This is one thing I didn't like about spinnies. You can see my left oar gets caught in this water right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of annoying. Like I see it almost.
Yeah, it gets grabbed and sucked down, and yeah, oh yeah, and then a lot of times it just gets. Luckily, that feature isn't that big, and you're super strong, and so you can muscle it and not break your oar. But I've seen a lot of oars break like that, where they kind of get swung under. This guy used to break oars all the time.
And I'm not like, yeah, I'm not rowing. Let's see. Do I ship here? Yeah, so I don't know.
I would ship your upstream oar. In general, I feel like if you're going over a drop sideways, ship your upstream oar.
Yeah, I would have liked to have. I didn't. And so if I have a pin and clip to get that oar of the water, you just push it down. The pin and clip is always vertical. I can get it out of that mess by just pushing the handle down, blade comes out. But instead I have to kind of fiddle with it here and like, see, I look at it, I'm like annoyed by it. If anybody's wondering, I'm a pin and clip guy. So I'd rather have 2 pins and clips, but I'm playing with the spinnies just because it's fun.
I feel like on technical rivers, the pins and clips are so nice when you're shipping your oars a lot. They run so well. All right, and here you go. Nice eddy. You caught your eddy. You're ferrying back out. Oh yeah, nice ship. Yeah, and you shipped it for a while there and just used your right oar. Yeah, to work your way down. That's great.
I didn't need it. Might as well keep
well,
it
yeah,
short.
and then and you're in a good, comfortable position though with the chip instead of being awkward with it forward or it's just dragging the water. And it's there if you need it.
So now I'm waiting for them to go up, get in their kayaks, and I'm put myself in a position to set safety for them. I know they run really well, they don't. So I'm positioned to set safety for them. And Aaron, so here I am just looking upstream, waiting for them. If anybody has chat, if you're watching, have questions, we're doing this live so that we can maybe interact with you. If you have questions or thoughts, send us a note. I'm kind of watching a little chat box. If you want to add a critique, please jump in and say something. If you want to compliment Aaron's nice shirt.
Thank you.
We'd love to. Oh, here we go. No tethers on pins and clips. Yeah, I mean, you don't.
I know certain people who used to. Chris Condon used to let him run running tethers on pins and clips, and but in general, I feel like it's so much more rare that you lose an oar with pins and clips.
Do you see right now though? Actually, let it now, Aaron. My clip is out of the pin.
Yeah.
So like right now, if my oar came out, that little white thing around it keeps it in place generally. Not perfectly, but generally. But my clips are usually pretty tight, so that they rarely pop out. They are right now. But then the white thing generally keeps them in place. I've only lost an oar once or twice ever with pins and clips.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason I like it, because I don't have to deal with the tether.
I mean, we talked about before with the concern with the tethers with entrapment issues.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you have a pin without a stirrup, it's really nice to have a tether on it. And if you have locks, it's nice to have a tether on it.
If you don't have a stirrup, you have to have a rope on your oar. I mean, literally, I didn't even know what tethers were my first 5 years boating. I was like, wait, seriously? You tie your rope to your frame? Like, it seems so uncivilized. You're literally just tying a rope from so when it falls off, it's tied on with a rope. Like but that's my pin and clip arrogance talking. But Willie Bum Bum, whoever you are, let the comment. Thank you for leaving a comment. It's fun for us to.
Wow, yeah, that was a great question.
Yeah. You see my GoPro mount in the shadows. So this rapid's called Ram's Horn. It's long, it's kind of complicated.
And so the kayakers are caught up.
Yeah. We'd eddied out before. I'd given them some direction, and I'm super focused on them being close to me, because if I don't want to, if I swim now, I need their help. I don't want to mess around here.
What's a kayaker going to do for you if you swim? They're going to come down and just give you moral support. You can do it, Zach. I mean,
something. I don't know. Keep my head above water. I don't know.
Nice.
There's 3 of them.
They all work together. Oh. All right, let's see here. So yeah, you really like that your airplane turn moves there. That's your favorite move, huh? It's your go-to.
Like slow it down, and then drop into it.
Do you ever feel like you could get more angle to the river?
Say that again?
Get more perpendicular to the current. Because like right now, you're slowing yourself down a lot. If you got a little more perpendicular current, you just pull over the other side and away you go.
But I'm dumping momentum for the kayakers right now, actually.
Okay.
Because I know, so like right here, we'll stop in a second. See, so we need to eddy out here. Eddying out in a capo, it means or raft can just get stuck on rocks. If you look straight down in front of me, during the race, we did the wind race a few weeks ago at the same flow. Boats flip on the right there at this flow. And so the kayakers needed to be eddy out on the right there, because they were either going to portage here or at least scout it, right? But I do know there's a super technical line on the left, so I ended up showing them the super technical line. But it was me slowing down so I could chat with them really quick about the plan in this part.
Hey,
it's funny, like, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, during the wind race, the starting line was below this drop, and an Oregon rafting team boat flipped in this drop, and the boat went upside down through the start.
Oh, that's sad. So hey, when you ship oars in the Cat, and you go down a bigger drop, do you ever have problems with your oar blade catching water? Because the nose, I feel like the nose in the Cats goes deeper a lot of times than a raft. The raft with the fore and everything kind of pops over the top a little bit more.
Wait, I don't understand. Explain that again.
When you're running a steeper drop in a Cat, your nose will go in deeper than it does in a raft. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
And then I've had problems with the blades of the oars catching water, even if I have them shipped and getting yanked out of my hand just because it goes so deep and it catches the current down.
Yeah. And well, because the blades go past the end of the Cat.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Like,
you got to hold on to it.
I really don't like that. What's your technique for that to deal with that stuff?
Have muscles.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, hold on to them. Pins and clips.
Pins and clips are nice because they don't get spun. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you go in like this and the blade can't spin, it gets jerked out. Where if the blade's consistent, it's going to go in straight, and you know where it's at.
Yeah. That probably make a big difference there. Yeah.
Oh, Aaron, I see what's going on. that when you saw that, we talked earlier about the oar, whatever that,
The
my oar
leash.
tether on the left.
Yeah.
What you saw was my tagline. I'm like, because I don't remember
Oh,
there
hanging
being a
down.
green strap. So my tagline that's on my front left tube, that right there, do you see that? That's coming from my front left tube. And I used it.
Ah,
So you saw that. So right now you can see the leash. It's a 6-foot cam strap, and it is a long distance, but there wasn't just some random strap there. That
all
just hit
right.
me.
So did you do anything, Zach, do we get to see any bad stuff where you get stuck or flip or something like that? And we can really
I don't
break stuff
flip.
down?
If I'd flipped, there wouldn't be GoPro footage because the camera would have gotten destroyed the way. Yeah. So, I mean, I probably make some mistakes. I made a mistake in the first rapid. We're about to see Dougie get beat down. So there's Dougie Fresh. For those who don't know, that's our good friend, Dougie Fresh. Okay,
And
so
he's gonna
somebody
get, after
wrote,
your directions, it's your directions that causes him to go into a hole. Is that what happens here?
my directions were solid. It's just, they were hard to listen to. Like he didn't, it's Dougie. I mean, my directions were pretty good. You can see down there, there's fishermen on the left. So I made sure that they saw us coming down.
Okay. And then you're running this far left line here.
Yeah, this is the conservative left line.
Yeah, there's not a
So
lot to critique with your rowing, Zach. It's kind of annoying, actually.
you may have a chance. I can't remember if you do or not. So right here, you drive left to get through this wave. Dougie didn't drive left. I said drive left, and he kind of got surfed middle and then flipped. You kind of see it in the footage of me looking up. Somebody, MT Forerunner writes, not a pins and clips guy here. Why isn't the white thing smaller, tighter to the oar? Seems like it would keep the oar more closely aligned with the pin if you blow a clip.
Yeah. Well, you want it. It's got to be big enough to answer the question that you can get the oar out, right? So you have to slide.
Oh yeah.
Take the handle and slide the handle in through the white part all the way up, and then you put it back and put the clip on. So it's got to have enough space to get the oar in and out of it. And so yeah, ideally you want it as tight as it can be, where you can just barely get it in and out. That is really nice.
Wait, hold on. Did you miss Dougie going upside down?
Okay, let's watch again.
There, do you see him flip? Do you see that? He rolls after that, nice. And then the hole starts pulling him in. He has to paddle out of it for a few minutes.
Yeah, it's kind of for me. The screen cuts and misses stuff. It's not really smooth, so I'll just it's like boom,
yeah.
boom.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Dougie flips halfway down, runs half of it upside down, rolls at the bottom. But that's a good question about the white thing. My first thought was, yeah, they should be closer, duh. But you're right. Once you pull the clip off, you can't then shove the clip and the oar back through if it's too tight. Sometimes they're too tight and it takes you like a minute of messing with it to get it back through the white thing.
But yeah, I remember someone was making them for a while, making their own. They were making bigger and bigger. And it got to the point, and we started losing oars because people would go to slam back down in, and they would just go sliding out into the river. So that can be a problem. All right, wow, this looks good. So you're just pulling backwards on everything. That's classic cat technique.
I'm dumping momentum. You can't push this stuff. What are you talking about? How do you push this stuff? It's too technical. Aaron, you can't push these moves. You have to dump momentum.
Every time? Every single one?
Well, the times I'm pulling, it's because I need to pull. You can't put, wait.
Nice, Eddie.
I thought you knew, you're all about dropping. I mean, Cherry Creek style is like go over a drop, dump momentum, back up, drop, back up.
I mean, you do a lot of that, but you also do some forwarding. You don't have time always. And sometimes it depends how you come through a shoot. But you're not doing like the 45-degree upstream ferry usually. Usually
I'm doing I'm pulling back a bit because I'm waiting for the kayakers.
Oh, that's right. We talked about this before.
I mean, there's some of it's moving. Some of it is like the moves because it's technical. And some of it is like dump it, like waiting for the kayakers to catch up.
Now, do you
right here, you can't push this move. You got to pull. I have to pull over right. If you push, you're stuck on those rocks. right?
Probably. Do you like the way that frame's set up with the oars as far with the where your blocks are so far forward?
Sure. I
Sure.
don't think about it too much. Yeah, that's good. Oh, you forward. Yeah, it's because I'm kind of forward on the boat.
Yeah. I think I rode that setup once, and I remember going deep into a hole with that thing when my oars were out in front of the boat. I was like, I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah, I like it. I didn't think about it too much. It's a big frame for that small cat, actually. So that frame's a little bit big for that boat. Ryan writes, Zach, how's business looking for the year? Who knows? Either mediocre or terrible. I don't even know the answer. Probably fine, but we'll see. It's an interesting year.
Did you get stuck on a rock here? Or was that purposeful?
Oh, let's go back. So yeah, so we're at let's finish. We'll go back to that. So this is the rapid below Ramshorn here, and the next rapid is called Balls to the Wall Right, and it's a difficult rapid at low water. And this is, I actually told the kayakers to go first because in a cat boat, it's in a cat boat it could cause problems. Like I could have flipped here. Let's just put it that way. Like this is the one I was the most nervous about. Where for kayakers it's pretty easy. So I asked them to go first to provide downstream safety for me.
And so you're just waiting at that rock. You're standing on the rock to wait.
I pulled over here and they came down and I was like, hey guys, can you go first? Because I want safety. And I explained the line to them because they don't know the river. I said, just go right, you're fine, basically. And then they went. And then once they went, you can see they're down at the bottom. Then I'm getting myself unstuck. Yeah, that's where I basically eddied out. It was just getting stuck on that rock. See, I've seen a lot of cat boats flip here.
How do cat boats usually flip? Sideways?
They ride up on a rock. At higher water, there's some hydraulics here that like you go into a kind of an angle and it like, if you don't hit it straight, it kind of go in and it flips you back over. But they hit some of these rocks. It's some sidewaysy thing.
You're going forward across this. This is nice. That was the first time I've seen you go forward the whole trip. I've been waiting for a run where you kind of go forward down through stuff.
I go forward sometimes.
Oh no, Zach. Really? Really?
Yeah.
You let go of your oar again?
That's what I'm going back to. I'm trying to find that rapid. Wait, oh, I'm ahead.
You just let go of your oar just a second ago.
Hold on, I'm going back to that so we can relive that. Wait, where am I now? I gotta go back
in the wall.
Yeah, I didn't get my oar shipped in time. Let's see. Sorry, I'm zooming back and forth. I don't know where I'm even at. I passed there.
All right.
I'm gonna play it. We can just chat, but so this is okay. We're back in the entrance of Balls to the Wall before I stop on that rock. So yeah, I wish I would have shipped it earlier. I basically didn't get it shipped in time against the right wall, and then I had to push it forward. Oh, we're way past this. Sorry, I'm wasting all of our time.
This is really early.
Yeah, sorry. Let me move it forward a second. See if I can figure out where I'm there. I'm waiting for the kayaks. I'm running this.
Did you top off your boat with your little K pump?
I brought that just in case I pop the boat.
And the wing
in case I ran into somebody else who popped the boat.
Is the wing got like half tubes going all the way down, or are they like each end?
It's cut in. Yeah, it's not like the Sotage where there's an inner tube. It's like in half, so there's two separate chambers.
Front and back, or side and side?
Front and back. Yeah, so right here, Aaron, this is where I made this mistake. I come in, I have to get to the right, which I did push. Thanks for pointing that out. But I don't think by pushing, my oars were forward. I didn't have time to get them all the way back to ship. So that's an advantage of rowing backwards, because you can go back, and then you're ready to ship.
Mm-hmm.
By pushing, I couldn't get my oar back in time to ship on the right side. So you'll see here, I can't see. I had my oars. I'm toast. So I let go. -2 points.
So do you think Zach, if you go back to the top of that a little bit, if you start farther right at the top, would have been easier?
At the very top?
No, just above the part, above the part where you were going forward across from left to right. If you went farther to the right and then like back up the wall up higher, would that work better? Are we doing it again here? Yeah, here.
Yeah.
This is-
So right here, do what?
Just get farther right here. Just keep going right. Stay high and go right way up top. So keep going. So maybe it stopped. Not sure what's going on. Oh, is it moving?
Yeah, it's moving for me.
Oh, I just went through all. So right there, if you were farther right there at the top, and then you could have pulled backwards early, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the timing here is so. Yeah, if I was really good, you could probably pull it off, but
Oh, thanks, Zach. Yeah.
the timing, Aaron, is brutal.
Yeah, it's hard to get far. You can't
I-
get farther over easy up above. Okay.
Like I said a minute ago, I was legitimately nervous. Like I set the kayakers ahead because like I thought I'd make a mistake. Like I was just happy to get through. It's a tough, you know, you're using a sledgehammer to pound a nail here, you know, oars in low water. It's so hard to use your oars to like get that boat to go where you want with all those rocks. I was just happy to make it to that side. This is a rapid we call Morning Wood. There used to be some wood at the bottom down there.
How many rocks did you hit on this rundown?
50, a lot.
A lot. It doesn't.
It's
hard to tell for me. I can't tell if you've been hitting many rocks or not.
I'm
And
hitting
then like
rocks with
how many
oars.
of the rocks that you hit are you like actually kind of hitting on purpose to help like pivot your boat? You know, you touch the back of it or something like that to pivot around. How often do you think you're doing that? Just hitting a rock, I'm using the rock.
All the time. All the time. I'm not really, I don't think I'm really even hitting rocks on accident. I'm literally like, I just see them coming. I'm like, I'm gonna hit that one and that one, I'm gonna use that one. Like hitting rocks is part of this game. It's like kayaking when you're boofing all the time. I don't know. So somebody writes, see you later, nerds. All right, cool. And someone else writes, review on your small black wing boat. I think I saw that thing being built a while back. That boat, oh, this is called Climax. It's a cool little rapid. The black boat,
Nice.
I intended to take out today or this day on the river, but it was too low. So the black boat still hasn't seen water yet. It's a 13-foot boat I designed, Aaron. It's it's a matte black color. A big 213.
Why do you choose black, Zach? That seems like the worst color ever to use for a raft.
Because it just looks super cool. It's not meant as a summer raft. It's meant to look cool. Yeah.
Are you doing some like covert nighttime ops or something?
I'm not. It just looks cool. That's it. The smartest thing would have been yellow, right? Smartest thing. But Wing does all the military stuff. So they have like a matte black, like special ops color. And I'm like, I gotta have one boat with that fabric.
Does it say your company name on it?
Yeah. We'll use it. We won't use it in the summer because it's too hot, but you know, it'd be a great boat for the
You'll burn people with it.
Yeah, it'll explode.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's a tactical boat. It's like for rowing schools in the spring. It's for doing the wind. It would be really fun I really wanted to row it here, but again, you guys would be watching a lot more video meetings stuck everywhere and just hating it. Ryan writes balanced oars ? I'm not sure what he's asking.
He's asking about do we like balanced oars? You know, where they put the weight on the inside.
Counterbalanced.
Like counterbalance, yeah, I'm guessing.
No, I think they're terrible.
Why don't you like them, Zach?
Because I studied engineering and I understand that like the weight, when you put mass in an oar, it takes more energy to accelerate it and all the times you're accelerating and deaccelerating the mass takes more energy. So like, I like the fact that it keeps them lower and saves me that, but like every stroke takes more energy to accelerate and deaccelerate the mass.
Would you also say that if you're needing counterbalanced oars, you may not be pivoting at the right spot along your oar? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I wonder how much of that is just like where people have them set up. If they have them set up really, you know, their fulcrum is so far in that they need that weight to make it work better. And it's just like the leverage is weird on them.
Yeah, I think that people generally have their oars too far out when they're rowing. I think that's an issue. I think so, because the distance from what you're saying, the distance from the handle to the pin or whatever, the thing is
lock,
too short. And if that was longer, there'd be more natural counterbalance.
Yeah.
I think that happens a lot. People are rowing too wide. They're like doing wide push-ups when they're rowing, when you should be doing push-ups when you're rowing. Right.
Now I'm
so
gonna
I think
say, so go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead, Aaron.
I'm going to say I also am not a fan of counterbalance oars because they're a lot heavier carrying to and from the vehicle and putting away. And I just like, I'm over that. Like, I don't need to carry any extra weight when I'm going rafting. You already move enough stuff. Let's keep things as light as possible. And, you know, and I think if you want light oars, like the Cataract shafts actually work pretty well. Like if you just want a light oar and doesn't weigh a lot, just get that. If you're worried about
Sawyer shaft, you mean the Sawyers, not the Cataracts.
I mean the Cataracts, they're really light.
No, the Sawyers are
the Cataract fiberglass ones, you know. The Sawyers, these are good too, but if you're looking really light, just get those fiberglass ones. The cheap fiberglass.
Okay, well, I disagree on that. But I think the other thing with counterbalanced oars is sometimes they can sink.
I don't think they sink, Zach.
I think I've heard of them sinking. People have said that. I just said sometimes they think they sink. Yes, I've heard when you put 10 pounds in them, like they could sink. I could be totally wrong here. I made this up, but I feel like I've heard that they sink. Anyway, I'm a purist, so I don't like counterbalance. But it literally, and understanding the mechanics of it, I'd rather not have the extra weight. So I think
I feel like they break more too, and I don't know if that's real or not. I just feel like the counterbalance. I feel like the handle breaks off, weird stuff happens to it. I'm not sure why.
That sounds made up to me.
Yeah, well,
that sounds more made up than what I said. I love this line over here. Boom. That's an example of what you were talking about earlier, of where the blades.
Yeah.
Right. The blades are, so I'm trying to pause at the right spot. Like right now, the blades extend past the front of the tubes. I'm going over a steep drop. When those blades hit the water, they're going to get yanked one way or the other. And I guarantee you saw a little bit, my oar right one spin a little bit when it went in there. You know,
yeah, I jacked up my hand on this setup once doing that, where I went through a whole, I think it was on the, not the one next to the salmon, the white salmon, right below the foot in there. There's that little drop. I went down there and I got caught and I jacked my hand up pretty good on it.
Was I with you?
Yeah, that was during the course, IRF course.
Oh, with this frame. With this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Were you running pins and clips or locks?
I think I was running locks, and I was like, man, I almost want to put the little rights in the oar locks just so I don't have that happen again. I thought about it, but then my ego got involved. But then my ego got involved, and I didn't want to do that. And I was like, I have to look cool, which was like dumb.
I really wish I had oar rights this day, but I was trying to be a purist and go full spinny. I mean, I went full spinny and moving, like not even against the oar locks. But
yeah, I love how you call yourself a purist when you're running one pins and clip and one lock, and you say how you love pins and clips. You're definitely not a purist, Zach, if you're a pins and clips person.
But why?
Pins and clips are not pure.
They're old school.
No, locks are old school. Locks are from like this, whatever, 1200s.
Locks are older technology. When you talk about whatever, for oar boats and stuff. But when you talk to like Old Man River with a beard and has been there, done that, like run every river in the West. Old Man River runs pins and clips.
What's that black thing?
Newbie 30-year-old. Oh, I don't know. What is that? Oh, it's there's a little rope I use to tie my GoPro on. It's sticking out. It's like a bungee. But like 30-year-old, been a guide for 5 years, private boater, they are all using spinnies. Am I stereotyping here?
Well, we have to. I mean, that's the fun way to insult people, right? You stereotype.
Okay.
Right. Isn't that the first rule of our modern societies? We're supposed to stereotype and make negative. Yeah. No, it's funny that exactly how it goes in cycles. I think people like the next generation doesn't want to do what the previous generation did. And then there'll be people like, no, we want to run locks. Oh no, well, we're going to run pins and clips because you guys pins and clips are better. Whatever you're doing, oh man, Zach, what a mess. What happened here?
I get stuck.
Let's see how you get out of there.
This is a section I call the playground. It has all kinds of little random things to go
Nice. You
through.
did a good job, pretty good job controlling your oars. That worked out well. Do you use those little toe hooks a lot?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Here's one more. I just like trying to goof around these little things. It's just good practice. And then my GoPro died right there.
That's it.
So that's a wrap. I'm gonna go back to the beginning, but yeah, Aaron, thanks for joining me. We had some really cool comments. This is our first kind of our YouTube live. I hope everybody out there enjoyed it. Aaron's an old friend, and we have some different opinions. That's always fun to kind of like share, our thoughts about things. And a lot of people out in YouTube world have said some really nice things about our YouTube video reviews, and thought we'd try to do it live. So thank you guys for watching it.
Yeah.
And,
Thank you for watching. Yeah, this is fun.
And hopefully, it was fun for me to have you, point out the things I knew I messed up, and a few more things. So thank you.
Well, there wasn't a lot to talk about. So it actually like next time maybe you can like make a few more mistakes and mess stuff up more and more throughout, so we can have more good learning opportunities, teachable moments. But yeah, that was fun, Zach.
Cool. Well, thanks everyone. See you next time. Now I have to figure out how to turn